That'll do. Right then, I'm draining all the old minging petrol off. I've tried bits of damp start and easy start to go in. It still turns over, but it doesn't fire up. Put new plugs in, tried turn it over, but there's no spark. So solve that problem, and I've solved that problem. So if there's no power going to the plugs, I'm guessing, not being a mechanic, something to do with here and under the distributor. So is that empty yet? That's nearly empty. I'll knock that off, and then I'll have a little bit of fat underneath the distributor cap and see what that looks like, and then see if I can get a spark. Right, the floof has come to help. Hello. Right, I've opened up the fuse box and it's all written clearly in Italian. So that means, what was it, various functions or various services. City lights, so I'm assuming side lights and headlights. Indicators, oh man, so indicators, eventually. So I'm guessing one of them is brake lights, side lights. So sinister, distros left and right. So yeah, that's that. So there's some wires I found, I've traced them back to here. Some of the little old torpedo fuses are a little bit thin, so I'm assuming they need replacing. I think that one probably does, because that's just about gone. I've got some, well, I'm assuming these ones are spare. Oh, except that one's just fallen apart. Right, I've still got some from the Simca, which I can dig out and try. Right, so if I take that one out, put that in, I'm fairly sure they're probably rated for different ampy, volty, ohmy, resistancy, wiry things, whatever it is, but we'll see. So be interesting to see if I can get some power through to the distributor, because I've had the cap off, rotor arm and the points look okay. I think there was a loose cable coming from there, from the coil to the distributor. I've shoved that back in. I'm gonna see if I can change that, because that has actually snapped or burned through, and see if that makes a difference. So, and I can do it now because the cat's gone. Right, I don't know if you can actually make it out, but that's the difference between the old plug and new plug. We've also got the difference between the two old plugs. One is a lot dirtier than the other, so they need to be changed. But the interesting thing, I've had a bit of a job getting this plug in. Don't know if you can, well, not that you can see much anyway, but there seems to be some play with this and it's not tightening up. So I have a sneaky suspicion that the threads could be knackered in there. So I'm wondering, am I going to have to replace that whole bit? I don't know, because I dare say a bit of PTFE tape won't do the job. So I'll have another go, and yeah, so hello. Right, I have actually made a little bit of progress on the back brakes though. I've had some penetrating oil in and used the hammer, so they're freed off a little bit. Something I noticed, there is a spring on that one, but not that one. So I think that might be another little job that needs sorting. Right, so electrics wise, I just don't know nearly enough about, so I think I'm going to consult someone on that. The little bit I know about threads is they generally don't grow back, so I'll have to ring the guy I got it from and see what he says. Right, I'll keep going. I think what I'm going to do is lift one of the wheels up, get them off, and see if there's anything I can do with brakes for now. So, well, I'll try a little bit of that, and then I'll go on to the brakes. Balls. Right, it's in. I don't think, if you wiggle it around a bit, then it eventually goes in, but no matter, you know, there's that much play on it, and if you, as soon as you start twisting it in, it just, yeah, doesn't bite. Ah, balls. Yeah, I didn't want a stress-free restoration anyway, so right, I think that settles that. I'll stick the old plug back in just so there's no crap gets in, and yeah, ring the guy in the morning. Right, I can't actually remember the last time I took some brakes off and had a look, but these bits were really stiff, damn it. They're a little bit happier now, so yeah, that's better. So put a little bit of penetrating oil in on the spring. I'm fairly sure I can actually do other bits, just as long as I don't get it on the shoes, which are a bit minging. That's a bit, yeah. So I think I'll have a run down to Screw Fix and get some brake cleaner. Yeah. Oops. I don't think I should have done that. Oh, that's what I did. That's that. So I'm fairly sure that things should move a bit more like that than that. That bit moves a little bit better now. I need both hands to actually get it to move, but so that bit attaches to that, which I think puts the handbrake on. There you go. I think that's about the limit of my brake knowledge at the minute. Say it's been a long time since I did it. I was wondering whether this should turn a bit more freely, or is it just a bit stiffer because it's portal axles? I don't know, but I'm going to stick it all back together, pop down to Screw Fix, and then I think just sort of one by one I'll go around, well, clean them up a little bit and see what's what. Right, been down to Screw Fix, had a cup of tea and a sandwich, so I'll get the front drum off. I really hope that that crap in there isn't asbestos based. I've cleared a lot of crap out, but this was fairly minging, so I'm just giving it the once over with a wire brush. I've got some brake cleaner to go on as well, so I'll take all the big lumpy bits off, and then I'll get all this sprayed down, and then I'll, well, just spray lots of stuff here and there, and then hopefully all the bits that aren't moving will stop moving. So yeah, I'll show you why the brakes weren't working as well in a minute. Right, that's gonna need a couple of coats, I think, and then another wire brush. Hold on. Yeah, I'm pleased I've got 2 cans. Yeah, I'll give that a scrub, but I'll get down, I'll have a job getting back up. Yep, that's a bit rough. And then another reason why the brakes weren't working is that, for some reason. So don't know if somebody did it out of spite or what, but luckily I've got new hoses to go on, and luckily it's not complicated, so it's just undoing them and then fastening them back up. So I'm gonna give this a scrub and a clean up, and well, hopefully it'll look like something. So yeah, that turns freely, which is nice. So it looks like, yeah, it doesn't just sort of randomly spin around, because it must be because it's portal axles. So right, I'll show you what this looks like in a minute. Right, that's all looking a little bit happier. Not perfect, but you know, that's looking a lot better and a lot cleaner, and things move now. Again, don't think it's perfect, but it's a lot less minging than it was before. So I'll stick that back on. I think I'm just going to go around, clean them up, stick everything back together, but I'm fairly sure you can get some specific, I don't know if it needs to be specifically sort of like hub paint, but there's some enamel paint I was going to get just to see if I can jazz these up a bit. Yeah, but I'll do that another day. I just want to just clear some of the crud off for now. Right, let's stick this one on and then keep going. Yeah, that looks fairly big as well. So that's good, that's turning nicely. So yeah, yeah, good scrub, good soak. Right, show you that in a minute. This side was pretty clean, so I've still given it just a quick scrub down and then a squirt with brake cleaner. There's a spring missing off there, which, well, if there's supposed to be one there, I'd rather one was there, so I'll get one. Right, let's stick this one back together. Hello, mate. Hello. Right, that must be tea time, is it? Right, been round all 4 drums, cleaned them all off. I've put the new hoses on the front. I don't think they're needed anywhere else. I think that's okay. Yeah, for some reason when I nip this wheel up it gets really stiff and it can't turn, so I think the drum's actually rubbing. I've sort of ground it down a little bit. It moves a little bit better, but I think it needs a bit more. So yeah, but I'm tired now, I'm hungry, Denzel's hungry. Denzel, yeah, some dinner. Yeah, that means dinner. So I think I'll knock off for now. Oh, actually, there's things I've discovered. I need a boot on that bit there, because there's one on that side, so I need a boot for on there. I need the spring at the back, and I might as well just order some new belts as well while I'm on. Aye. Right. Get rid of that. Put that down. Yeah, that'll do for the day. So I'll have some tea and I'll see what I can get done tomorrow.